not enough quantum computing in the universe that can accurately predict what Paper X wants to do.
For now, still here with this lead, but doesn't last. Two singers coming into this one. They do have hits themselves onto the site. Would be in a good spot, but something is going to force it. Early aggression backed up here by Forsaken with the flashes off in hands. Okay, trying to snipe him out of the sky. Wow! He hit him. Oh, that's just insane from something. And that's the line he decides to take. Now he's going to push it up, and Izu. What a turn!
The pit, the cosmic divide. The kitchen sink just chucked in here. T1 want to get this win. Side player, Straight of Terror will come to an end. Something able to find his second kill of the map thus far. Still wary about that potential lurk. Back out around main, but as we know, everybody is stacked up right now inside of this pit. Push on the corner, Izu finding one. They know that something's going to be here as well, and Izu's able to flush him out. Now it's all down to Mind Freak. Vulnerable's there. He finds them both. Now brings it into a 1v1, but he has to try to flush Rossi out of this pit.
So is the paranoia. Put it towards the back of the site here to try to clear this. Oh, he's going to miss with it.
The tap on the decay. He's got to back away from the pit for now. He just has no real great tools to try to find this one. The retap again. There's the spray. And it's a quick adjustment. Rossi able to take him down. T1 carrying on their merry way. Now 5-2.
Some great reactions here from T1. Obviously, Saya able to punish the aggression of Paper Rex outside of A main.
And they say, hey, let's use our own operator.
Yeah, why not? This is just great stuff. Just, again, sort of understanding the way that Paper Rex wants to play some of these rounds, or they want to get aggressive. They want to catch you while you're trying to set up for your executes. Instead, T1 turns it on its head, shuts it down. Saya with a Blade Storm. Viper's Pit. Blade Storm as well for something. Pit comes down into mid. So now you're going to have to really rely on Mind Freak and something to control.
Continuing the jiggle here around ramps, but it seems like it's just going to be similar movement here from T1. Have some pressure outside of B, and then just drift through those sewers ever so quietly and get ready to attack the A site.
I mean, something's going to have to come up huge, potentially. He is getting some help from Monyet and Forsaken. They're making their way there. Will it be in time? Ooh, be able to dodge that.
Snappy flick on him to get there. Blank's now pulled out as side player wants to go for the entry, drops down into the cubby. Carpe in the meantime watching Forsaken out of the sight. Forsaken, something rather, is only going to be good for one. Carpe taken down. Mind Freak and Devi. The last two standing, and given that they just have these stingers, they need to kill somebody, recover a weapon, and then go for the save. As Rossi snaps on to take him down. Really try to play this one out. 6-6 and 1. Rossi on the jiggle peek, able to spot him out. Mind Freak just wanting to try to isolate somebody, get a kill, find something additional here, but Saya player with the op shot will make it a team ace, and T1 will make it up to 6.
Yeah, again, they're just reacting so well. You know, Paper Rex is trying to buy a little bit of extra time to get the reinforcements there, but Izu's so ready for it. While this is the first time Izu has played Raze here in VCT Pacific, he has played it some before. He was typically a duelist main, actually, before he came over to T1. If people don't know, you know, back when he was playing in the VCJ, he was often playing Jet. Sometimes Raze, but mostly Jet, so he's very comfortable. We've seen it on Yoru, right? He has played that this year.
It looked damn good.
Yes, exactly. So when you get him on the duelist, you can see he's very comfortable. He has tremendous reactions, tremendous reflexes, and it's even giving Paper Rex a hard time. And speaking of hard times, Alex is giving having one right now himself.
He's trying to keep the arms folded so he doesn't instinctively start slamming the desk.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, this is a brutal position to be in. I mean, we're talking about it during the team walkouts. I mean, this is the reigning Pacific champions right now in a single elimination playoff versus the team that finished in 3rd. Obviously, some changes and glow-ups here for T1. Looking like a much different, a much stronger team this season.
Well, now you've
Paper X want to be the ones who are dictating the pace of this game. Right now, they are not.
No, exactly. And one thing that's really impressive with T1 that I want to touch on quick is the flexibility that Izu gives this team. He's played so many different agents, so many different roles, and he plays them all extremely well. Whether it be the Omen, the Yoru, the Raze now, he has been really impactful for T1. You can see just why they were so high on this pickup coming out of the offseason.
It's another big changeup, though. Haven't really gone for that many full sends here onto the B site. Now looking for it as, okay, the TP out, trying to engage. Yet up on top of the Raptors, able to take down Izu. So it's going to be one of the pieces of the equation here taken down as the flashes do manage to connect on the side player there, backside, or on the Carpe, I should say. Forsaken swinging back in, managing to find him. Spike now stuck on the opposite side of the pillar. Excurate just trying to stay tucked away behind the box, stay quiet. As Rossi looks to get some space. Maybe the dash in, but the dimensional drift, as you mentioned, does come into play. Excurate now going to be taken down. That's going to be the spike. Spotted. Forsaken just chasing in. Getting that operator out of side player's hands. Seems like this timeout going to be working here for the side of PRX. There's still a long way to go to try to run this back, given that they're starting on the defending side.
There's a great little bait and switch there between Mind Freak and Monyet. Able to get out. Ooh, Rossi?
Spotted.
Rossi does a lot of damage, gets the kill.
Takes him down. I mean, any kills they find. The cash right now here for Paper X is not in a good spot. So as much as they would love to just end the round right now, take that weapon out of Rossi's hands, try to deal some additional economic damage, Paper X can't really afford to go on the hunt here.
Yeah, I agree. They really shouldn't be, and Rossi knows it. Now he's starting to be the predator, seeking prey.
10 seconds left.
Well, Forsaken with a big round does pick up 3 kills to get Paper X 3 rounds. See if that momentum can continue, because so far it's only been 2 rounds consecutively that they got prior to this. Can they go a little bit deeper? It's going to be operator back into the hands here of something once more.
Yeah, and Mind Freak there, the TP is, you know, it's hard to know exactly where he's going to go. If he's going to go up, if he's going to go into the back alley, and Monyet takes advantage of that confusion, and then it's a great 1-2 combo from Forsaken and Mind Freak with the fake out into the paranoia, able to clear the back of that site, and then that sets you up for a little bit of time to rethink things, get Forsaken his ultimate, allow him to find the rest of the players that are on this B site, isolate Saya player, take him down. Really, really nice chain of events there for Paper Rex.
It's a bit more defaulty here from T1. Same setup that we've been seeing. Trailblazers check over defense. Only clear out 1, and now a gate crash back over towards screens here from Forsaken. going to go rotating over. Wants to try to maybe take a position, get stationed up in mail.
Yeah, letting loose the gate crash on his way over for sure. Got to make sure that he has the ability to flex between the two sites.
Saya player, slow creep up. Poison orb for now, denying the flash, getting a catch. He's called back. Saya continuing to advance.
Oh my God.
Oh, the jiggle peek into the gate crash. Oh, Forsaken, you just absolute lunatic. Monyet, however, going to get caught. Side player finding the opening kill. Backside here from Mindfreak, catches the full flash. Sends out the paranoia, TP's forward on towards sight. The swing coming in though, and he's still trying to get the smokes down, but Carpe managing to hound him down around the corner. Finds the elimination. And again, the investment, they have the cash to buy another operator, but might need the cash push forward to try to buy for another teammate here. Caught inside. His X-Curate ends up getting taken down, but as Forsaken can't get the transfer, can't find the follow-up. Something now is just going to have to drift away back over towards the A site up in hand.
Yeah, Forsaken with that information jump gate crash there kind of sets up Monyet, but Monyet can't convert. Saya player's ready for it. You know, great mental preparedness from T1 so far today for these really aggressive Paper X style plays where they're jumping in and out of smokes where you maybe normally wouldn't expect, or trying little cheeky combos like that. We saw it a bit in the previous round. Worked for Paper X this time around. T1 ready for it. By the time Forsaken gets back over to the site, it's already fallen apart and he has no more utility left, so makes things pretty easy here for T1. 7-3 now. Starting to get a little bit worrisome for Paper X. If you can get 2 more, then I think on their attacker side, that's, again, where this comp is going to shine, if it is going to shine.
Yeah, that should be the spot. You know, given that you're bringing that triple duelist, having the aggression, the attack, on paper, it makes sense. But right now, in execution,
nice
on the defending side.
Why are you the one making dad jokes today?
Wasn't even intentional. I just
you leaned into the paper quite a bit there. So.
My brain was slow, and I couldn't think of an alternative, so I just committed to it, unfortunately. But now, something, okay, a bit of a change up, going for this peak. Knows that they've been really utilizing the sewers to try to maneuver around the map, but this time, it's a full collection of T1 right outside of A main.
Oh, but look at how much information and space Paper X has. Finally, these push-outs are starting to gain a little bit more value. This is how they have to work the map. Trailblazer, of course, Forsaken expecting pressure on the back of that. A lot of times the Trailblazer is going to be something that's going to lead the way for a potential hit, but T1, just seeing Forsaken, thinks, well, he can gate crash out anyway. Why would we want to potentially risk it? You know, we know that Paper X has been setting up for these bait and switches. Let's take a little bit more time here before we go. And it could just be a timed hit. See if they can catch Paper X being a little bit impatient, but with all the information on the map, I would start to think that Paper X has a pretty decent idea that this is going to be A. I mean, you've had no contact A or B, or I mean, excuse me, mid or B. So certainly, but Paper X still looks confused. It looks like they think they might have peeled off and are sitting in sewers or something like that.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
Yep.
Okay, that's going to be the go button here for the side of T1 is Divine. Divine Izu on the entrance. Full flash there on a Forsaken, pulls back into elbow for the time being. Saya player, oh, snappy. Managed to make a connection there with Divine. Mowing down 3. Can't quite find Saya, but it's fine for them. Forsaken will be able to get the cleanup as well. Dimensional Drift back online. Paper X still hanging in there. They get themselves up to 4. And like you said, 7-5 wouldn't be a bad half for them considering how dominant and widely has been for T1.
Yeah, no. I think 7-5, you're actually pretty happy with this scoreline for Paper X. You know, it looked like it could go really sideways really fast. But this round, Divide just great timing to peek around that corner, find the entry, and then they line up for him. He's not going to miss those. So, you know, when Paper X seems to need a spark of energy, when they need somebody to stabilize for them, it's often Divide. He's often the one who can pick these big kills.
Well, Forsaken just swinging out, taking down side player, not affected at all by any of that Yoru utility. See something, I mean, I think he actually wants to move forward, but just can't afford to do it. Another kill this early into the round would just be catastrophic for them. Early clear on that Trailblazer, but still concerned that it might have spotted out Mindfreak's forward position. He'll be pulling back. He sends up a smoke to try and dissuade any further push in towards B.
Paper X reading this pretty well. They're expecting this B hit. The pings came down, the smoke came through, and they're going to use that to try to just get up close and personal.
The Jets so close to each other. without really knowing it. Meanwhile, back over at B, thank you very much for the picture-in-picture.
Like that.
The spot there as Carpe gets taken down, but Moniette gets traded. Cosmic Divide now going to be invested. Mind Freak still at back site. Izu starting to inch forward, but I mean, Carpe, or side player rather, he's calling that the rotation happened. He's trying to drag the team over towards A site, and they're going to do just that.
Yeah, this is really good communications here for the side of T1, recognizing that the other side of the map was going to be a little bit more open, hoping that the Cosmic Divide invested would buy you a little bit extra time, but
30 seconds
Prx relatively aware of this. Divide's already over here.
And now something he's got to push out even further because those nebulas start spawning at his feet. He wraps around, but Divide gets himself up in towards heaven. Drops down, spots Rossi for a brief little moment. Straight pushing forward and still managing to find the headshot. The jiggle out, just trying to get the timing, trying to get that headshot lined up. Speaking of timing, T1 running out of it.
10 seconds
Finding one, a tap onto the plant, something up over the top. He's got the shorty, and he nearly gets the 180 midair to take him down, but Rossi plants his feet, shuts him out, and it's going to be 8-4 at the half with T1 way out in front.
Gotta like what you're seeing here from T1. Their ability to adapt to this comp so quickly and so effectively was truly impressive. And the way that they were able to read the map, maneuver around, find some really good opportunities. Again, match Prx in terms of their speed and their decisiveness. That's something that very few teams have had success with in the past. So certainly, gotta like what you're seeing. But again, this is gonna be where this Prx comp is really supposed to pick up steam, really supposed to pick up momentum, is gonna be on this Tacker side. You've got to expect it. You've got some crazy executes dialed up where you've got the Jet and the Rays dashing in. Like, let's say on B site, you can dash to pillar on one side, the Rays can go to the other, Yoru can TP somewhere, who God only knows where he's gonna send those things. So it's gonna be pretty chaotic here for T1, so they're gonna need a lot of that awareness, a lot of that quickness that they displayed at times in that previous half. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to face this triple duelist comp against Prx. It cannot be comfortable.
He's collecting his tickets, collecting his wristbands.
He wants a win.
This guy's been here, been coming to the games for a while. Let's see that dedication, as well as a significantly more riled up crowd.
They were fired up outside earlier before the event. They were loud. I mean, you could hear them.
They were lined up probably
hours.
I think 3 hours before I left my house.
Yeah. I saw Jake Shin posting pictures that the line was long.
I was like, damn, everybody's already there to the venue. I'm rolling out of bed right now. I'm about to get in the shower, get in my car, get ready to drive over there. Love to see it. Now though, first pistol round went the way of T1. They double up in those figures here as
Blinded.
flash over the top. Carpe getting some information, but not quite as tell-all as they would like. Gate crash in the meantime set up just alongside that screen's entry. And Forsaken winning the opening fight. Gets the catch onto Carpe, swoops through, trying to spot the rest of the site. Now they know that it's clear. Spike can be planted as Mind Freak looks to hold the back line where this double push through sewer is getting ready to come through. Scratch that, make it a triple.
Yeah, this is a lot of pressure. Going to be on Mind Freak here. If he can get one, that'd be great. Two would be phenomenal.
Timing on the check. Takes a hell of a lot of damage now, seeing the push coming through, and he can't offer up anything more. He's able to take him down. The 4v4. Forsaken, however, just shooting through, finds one, but side player comes in from behind, manages to get the catch. Something he'll be able to take down Execute as well. It's just now Rossi trying to see if he can get anything done. Time to look for the snappy headshot. Eventually does manage to stabilize and find Moniette, but still a lot more work to be dealt. Or to be done, it doesn't have the time to do so. Something will be able to get another kill here in the round as Prx tie up the pistol round win. They pick up their 5th overall.
Yeah, some really interesting decision-making here from both teams. Prx gets hit by the guiding light early and just decides to just keep kind of 5-manning it slowly. It isn't really anything pacey here. They aren't using the Jet utility. They aren't using blast packs initially to get onto the site. And then Forsaken finds that opener, and they can just kind of stroll in because it got left open. The guiding light ping doesn't send any reinforcements over from T1. You're not exactly sure in that moment. Is it just one player? Is it just two players? You have no idea. That is all 5 of Prx that are there, and they're going to try it again.
They are. Oh, Isu going to be spotted nice and early. Side player swinging out on ramp, going to be taken down, and it's a blink, and you miss an explosion of death. Everyone's dead in the blink of an eye, and Prx win the round.
There you go. That's a Prx round, right?
All right, let's roll the replay.
Please?
Because, I mean, they had the right stack read.
I think Mind Freak TP's in here. Oh, they just walk out in front of him. Yeah.
And there's 3.
Okay, they just walked out into it. But that's the other thing with this comp you got to remember. Not only do you have the jet dashes, you have the blast packs, you have the gate crash with Forsaken, you have the TP with Mind Freak as well. They're going to be all over the place. It is going to be so hard, potentially, to keep track of them. Monyet just taking a little bit of space early. Not going to be contested. Izu! Oh, he's ready for it.
Yeah, just rushes up. Does take a little bit of spam damage there from Monyet, but overall, could be worse for wear. A little bit more through the box. Boombot going forward. It's going to get cleared out to get rid of the gate crash as well. Prx, I mean, they're in a forward committed position now. I don't really think they can try to back out of this one, but they don't need to.
Cutting through.
Forsaken just barrels through them. 3 quick kills into the mask, into the dimensional drift. Looking for the rest of them. He's on for an ace, but I don't know if Rossi and Carpe are going to even be able to try to give him the time of day. Push forward. Carpe is able to find Divine. Now that they bring it into a 2v2. Another 1v2. See if Rossi can work his magic.
Toxins going up.
Just bananas what Forsaken can get away with. They just kind of walk and line up for it. They're trying to peek together to try to shut down that push. It's the right idea, it's just the wrong angle.
Flopped in, Rossi trying to get in there before he can bloom, and just can't quite get that crosshair trained on Mind Freak. So he manages to stand his ground. Swapping around the weapons here. Prx suddenly 3 rounds consecutively, converting a bonus like T1 did before them. Find themselves just 1 round away from tying this up.
I mean, again, you can see that at the beginning of the round there is some awareness of this pacey, W key gaming style that Prx is going to play. Izu has been really good in these moments at handling some of the initial pressure, but it's just that one kind of missed timing there from T1. The stars align for Forsaken, and we've already seen it once in this map. Now he's done it again. He's given the opportunity to get multi-kills off of just a crouch spray, holding an angle.
Well, call going to be made as Rossi says, guys, I need some assistance. Backs away, screens there for a brief moment. Wants to try to get a catch on anybody pushing up into the smoke, but it seems like Prx not really going to bite on that one. Instead, we'll just full corral into the site. And just given T1's rotations through sewer consistently in this map thus far, I suspect that they're going to be very well aware of this. So Forsaken for now, just going to be posted up on that line. I need to try to intercept anybody. As the creep up comes through. There's the first, and Carpe. Wow. The headshot managing to find one. X-Crit puts that Guardian to use, managing to come up with a kill of his own. Still though, 3 players alive. Rossi finding Mind Freak, and things are starting to unravel here for Prx. Double flash in towards something, trying to stop the paint shells as well thrown, but they're just so low. He cleans them up, and Devi gets Rossi at the same time. Bloody, a hell of a lot closer than we might have anticipated given the thrifty attempt, but it is Prx winning the round, and now tying it at 8-8.
Yeah, I mean, Prx is anticipating this, and T1 still almost makes it happen just off their gunplay. Carpe is so good with those sheriffs. That is one of his calling cards for sure, is his ability to utilize those one-tap weapons to great effect. He's been tremendous. And
trying to jazz him up.
Yeah, they're getting there. You can never count Prx out. Slow starts don't mean a darn thing to their mentality. They do it all the damn time.
I mean, just look at this though. The conditioning, they go over to the A side consistently, and now they just shift it up, go to B. X-Crit, however, looking forward, not taking the bait on that fake out. Now decides to strike, managing to find 2. Can't get the transfer over to the 3rd. Brother v brother. Forsaken comes out on top in that duel as Devi gets Izu, intercepting him in mid. They have an operator invested into this round. T1, do they even try to go for this? Like, oh, they certainly do now. Showstopper, however, from Monyet. Forcing them back down the stairs. Just holding it for the moment. We'll just let this go. Won't find any value from it, but he buys time. 2v2. Devi pushed back over towards Garage. Side player catching a pixel out of position there. Rossi finding the other. Now it's Saya versus Monyet. The lob in on the paint shells to zone him out. He's swinging around the backhand side. Side player not ready for this one at all. Monyet will pick up the 3K to close out the round and give Prx the lead.
Great bait and switch there from Monyet. Really nice stuff here from Prx. This time, finally, we're seeing one of those explosive, utilizing those maneuverability plays that you were kind of anticipating with this triple duelist comp. And it's Devi on the lurk that catches the big kill onto Izu to keep his raise from having any impact on that round. Nice pull on the showstopper. Yeah, you don't get any kills, but you bought a lot of extra time potentially, and especially with the Viper still in play, you want to buy time for Divide to get into a position where you can potentially use the snake bites and things like that to delay the post plant. So even though it doesn't come down to that, the ideas are really, really solid right now for Prx, and yeah, you've got to pump the brakes here as T1. You've got to figure out how you can slow this down.
The rally back has just been immense. I mean, what, 5 rounds in a row now in this second half. So that's going to be all of our timeouts used for either team can make it to double digits.
Yeah, it's been all Prx the entire half, and that's got to get a little bit concerning. I mean, again, you're also in a similar position though as T1, right, where you don't have a sentinel, so it's hard for you to slow some of these hits down without making contact, without getting into the faces of Prx and actually trying to outgunplay them. And few teams can make that happen. Now, you do have some really good ults here for T1 to maybe go for those contact plays and find success with the Bladestorm and the Showstopper.
Well, the last thrifty attempt was a pretty damn close one here for the side of T1. We'll see if this can have a similar effect. As side player will have the knives. Showstopper is there for Izu as well. So now just going to be popping these, but not looking for the jump, not looking for a big, 4 or 5 man stack push from T1. Everybody just fanned out across the map, playing this one out very patiently.
Man, look how deep this star is.
There's a jump in.
Oh my god.
The timing on the flash, absolutely gorgeous. Extra still able to find Monyet, but Forsaken takes out Carpe. Something gets the enemy Astra. Side player now swinging around from behind. Managed to make his way through here, but they are still noting this, especially as the jumps and the cloudburst come down. They know exactly who's there.
Chasing ghosts is Saya player. He's expecting somebody to play right around this corner.
In the meantime, Devi getting ready around the corner up towards Mail. Rossi is looking for it. It's point blank range. So that Stinger can find value, and it does. Izu also able to find something. There's the showstopper. It doesn't go deep enough. He could have had them both. Izu, that could end up costing him the round because he's not able to find the headshot there with the Guardian. Rossi, however, finds Forsaken. Pushing in, knew that they're both in backside, but Mind Freak gets the headshot again. Such a strong effort here from T1. But if he's able to adjust that showstopper a little bit more, that would have been the round done and dusted.
I mean, just unreal timing from Forsaken on that gate crash to get out of the way of this showstopper. He knew it was coming, and he set that up as a bait. I mean, he's just so brilliant on Yoru. He's just absolutely one of the best in the world.
Come on, William!
Oh boy.
I love this, that we get to listen to the Prx comms in between rounds.
Especially when you have a brother on the opposite side of the stage.
That's true. That's true. You gotta taunt the older brother, no doubt about it.
I mean, we've seen the success of the brothers over in EMEA as well.
True.
And now they're on opposing sides. It's Forsaken spotting him out. Paint Shell's coming down. He's trying to jump out, but a little too aggressive. Rossi ready for that one. Something does manage to find the kill, however. Taking him down now, looking to entry down onto the site. As the flashes come flying. Carpe around the box eventually does fall. It's actually Monyet coming up with the kill. And at the end of it all, 2 for 1 as Devi looks to try to get the catch here in mid. Tries to readjust the spray. Izu managing to stay alive, and oh boy, Whiffy is all help from something. Trying to get the catch. Brings us now into a 2v2. Saya player, however, still holds on to that operator. Mind Freak TP's into garage. Doesn't spot anything. Izu makes his presence known here up in heaven.
Clearing right underneath sight.
He's trying to clear out this box, but
yeah.
Paint Shell's kind of
missing
out on that opportunity.
Yep.
Monyet just holding Saya, not looking for it. Walks right into the crosshair. Now it's all on Izu. Swinging back around, Mind Freak in heaven. There with the crossfire. And so far, that second half round win continues to elude T1. 7 consecutively now as Prx get themselves up to 11.
Well, you expected it to be good, and it certainly has been great on this attacker side for Prx. No slowing down here. Tough position for Izu, trying to guess where Monyet is hiding. It's actually just right by the spike. On the site itself, not behind that box that he maybe was anticipating. Maybe had a read in some previous VODs or something that was the box that Monyet liked to hide behind, but this time around, not gonna be the case. Something going exploring. Do have Saya playing anti-flash around that corner now. Starting to work around the edges of the smoke. Rossi catches a glimpse.
Gets that fight down, gets the vulnerable. That allows for him to come out on top, taking down Devi. Big crash now, pushing forward. The flash not even deep enough to actually catch him, but Forsaken still pushing through the wall. Comes up with a kill. Side player puts that judge to use, finds something, execute it, wrapping back around over towards this A site. catches the enemy Yoru and gives T1 a man advantage and their best chance at closing out a round since this half began. Swing out, Mind Freak still getting tagged down to just barely any HP. Seems like it should be an inevitability right now. They need from Monyet to try to hold the line. The swing in, he's spotted, rotates off, checks in behind and cannot find Carpe. T1 will break the winning streak, themselves back into the driver's seat, at least for a round as they hand this over to Carpe for the defuse. Now it's just 2 rounds separating.
Yeah, and this time around, they're able to anticipate the pressure a lot better. Saya player doing a good job holding the top of the ramp, not giving anything up there. On the site, Rossi, fantastic work, doing a lot of damage. And then Saya able to sneak around that corner with that judge, put it to good use. Not checking it, a little unaware. Were Paper Rex. Now, Divide with a pit. Xcurate does have his Cosmic Divide.
Something with a shorty.
Something, well that's a given. He's got a Blade Storm in his shorty. It's a day that endless Y, so, you know, something's gonna have a shorty, no doubt about it.
Okay, well, the site itself is open. Saya player looking for the shot. And she manages to find it. Wow. Something just not lining them up here. Site's still gonna be taken by Paper Rex, but they're not aware that this is completely empty otherwise, so still are taking their time trying to move up, worried about that potential deep lurk, back screen, or an elbow.
But look where Monyet got. He's way in spawn.
But no one's rotating towards him. So he needs to be the one to go and backstab. Could still push up in towards heaven, but actually maybe Rossi is going to end up walking right into him.
Do they know that he went back here is the real question.
Oh, Mind Freak. Spots one. That's all he's going to be able to get. Izu pushing up, and Rossi does find him. Seemed like he was very well aware that somebody could have taken that position. He has flushed him out. Hit invested. Divine and Forsaken to try to hold the line as the gate crash comes in behind, and Forsaken is ready for it. Takes out Izu, looks for his brother, can't finish him off though. It's great. Holds it, Saya player. The classic comes through to get rid of the enemy Viper. And now it's 1 round separating. 11 to 10, T1 keeping it neck and neck.
Now T1 is really starting to get a good feel for how this is all going to go down. Good read by Rossi. Such great communication and awareness here from T1 to know that there's a player back there. He was expecting it the whole way. So by the way, he's peeking that angle. Just a little bit of a drive-by there. Just slowly, methodically flushing Divide out of the backside of that Viper's pit. And Forsaken, when he TP's out, it doesn't fool anyone. They're ready for him. This takes us, you know, an extra man to get the job done. So this is just so smart from T1.
The triple stacking ramp. They check in towards Heaven. Showstopper going forward, not spotting anything here on the site. Again, it's going to be right off to them that it is clear. Forsaken in the meantime, dead, lurking outside. B site over in garage.
Spike planted.
Some heals found, but obviously that Showstopper gone. Monyet just going to get posted up. There it screens, judge in hand. This would get Paper Rex up to map point. T1 though, a chance to steal this away, get this back under their control, take Paper Rex's map pick away from them. Boombot for now. Izu, 1 charge off that Showstopper. Could be instrumental if he finds it as something. It's a full flash to the face. Izu now in onto the spike, looking for the fuse. He's held at the half. Mind Freak coming up with 2. Gets off that spike. Izu puts down the Divide. Showstopper in hand. He built it up. He puts him down. And with the defuse, T1 tie it up 11 to 11.
Oh, just phenomenal stuff now. T1 starting to win those individual battles on the flanks of the map. Starting to open up the space, give them the opportunity to set up for these retakes. Really start winning some tough fights. But if you lose Forsaken, if you lose him on those edges, that's a lot of your flashes gone. The only thing you have left is the paranoia, and that was already invested. So here, all you have is the smokes and the phenomenal gunplay and maneuverability that Paper X can employ, but T1's just better. And the Izu that time, not gonna miss this Showstopper. Now Forsaken does have this Dimensional Drift. You have all 5 members setting up for this A hit. Dimensional Drift is gonna come out right away. Saya player gonna be spotted, gonna be backed off by utility. Paint shells invested to make sure that they can get this site, get the plant down.
Sees him once again. The fake out, Saya trying to make his exit, safely gets around the corner. Life is intact. Close angle though, swinging around. They will be forced back. They have to respect this operator. Moniette looks to try to hold here in heaven. Cosmic Divide going to be invested. That going to try to push them forward here with Moniette finding one. Jumps back behind the wall, keeps himself alive and in the fight. Here for Forsaken, but the shorty wins it out. Zaya player finding one before getting traded out. Mindfreak comes up with the kill. On the dash, Rossi finds something against Moniette, taken out. Divide trying to hold here at backside. He's in the corner now, and they can't stop him. Divide with 3 means absolutely nothing as T1 take the round away. The wall was everything for their win.
Just such a beautiful Cosmic Divide for so many reasons here for T1. One, it cuts off all of Prx, completely denies their vision on how T1 is trying to attempt this retake. And then the follow-up is it gives them enough of a corner on the plant that you cannot spam through it. You have to get like right on top of Carpe to stop it. That's got X-Curate fired up.
Unreal, and now we're here at map point. T1 looking to take this one away from Prx with Ascent on the horizon. Nade out a little bit of damage found over at B. There's T1 looking to get aggressive themselves. Seeker's now going to be let loose, and that is going to tell the full story here. Prx's positions as they clear this out. Something in a rough spot. Might have to dash across, but he's not given the opportunity. And Moniette's going to be taken down simultaneously. X-Curate so quick on the trade back. Not allowing for that counter swing to come into play. Nebula set up. X-Curate makes his exit back through Ramen out to safety. As Mindfreak now going to be TPing forward here onto the site. Rossi, the shorty held.
Spike planted.
Checks close, the snake bite coming down. Forsaken now reading that as Mindfreak gets himself up into heaven. Plays off the back of the flash, trying to peek in. So there's a swing out. Rossi with utility hand and Mindfreak managing to find 2. Suddenly we find ourselves now in a 3v3 as Prx trying to take this into overtime. Pushing the backside, Izu gone. They know that he's an elbow, and he just holds for it! Oh, it is not done yet, playoffs. How I love you. 12 to 12, we're going to overtime.
Unreal, full flashed. Just spray it down. The fadeaway from Forsaken. And what a map he's had so far. 25, 18, and 5 on the Yoru. Mindfreak having a whale of a map as well. Is that the Odin that I'm going to be seeing potentially on the defender side here? For the side of Prx, we'll see if he keeps it, but full flashed. Just knew he had the crosshair placement, trusted in his own instincts. Gets that kill, and what a setup there to get Mindfreak up on top and get that spray down. Completely befuddles T1, not expecting it at all. Okay, no Odins, but there is an operator for Saya.
Going for the glass cannon. He's been clean with it so far. T1 now back here on the attack. Trying to see if they can rework some of that magic we were seeing from them in that first half. It's Forsaken inching forward here into the smoke, but it's such a heavy stack. There's a flash out. He manages to transfer onto 2. Gate crash out to safety. And Forsaken may have just stolen this round from right in front of T1's eyes.
How does that work? How do you get away with that?
Because you're Forsaken.
Yeah, only him.
Mindfreak now tucked away in backside. Puts himself up onto the box. This is such an aggressive position to take as the smoke dissipates. Forsaken finds a third. Ooh, Carpe with the operator in hand. I've seen him clutch many a time with a sniper in hand, but this one I think might be a bridge too far, but have I spoken too soon? Seeker's now built up Divide, getting himself over here towards the site. Everything to do, swings aggressively over top of the snake bite. Vulnerable down to 55. Something on the corner, and Divide in heaven above him. It seems like such an impossible position, and it is. Carpe will go down, and Prx will get themselves up to map point.
I mean, this flash is just not expected at all by T1. I mean, one of their players had to hide behind the box because he got full flashed as well. Up and in. And they're just like trying to get out of there, and they can't do anything. Unbelievable.
Dude, I spilled the water. Fuck.
Wow. Now the Prx get up to map point for the first time. T1, Autumn calling a timeout to try to get this reset, get them back into the driver's seat. And you gotta think that he's just, good God, guys. We haven't been able to talk in like 10 rounds. Stuff's been going wild. I got a lot to get off my mind here.
I mean, now it really has to work because that was a defender side round win for Paper Rex. That's the side they struggled with much more, it felt like, in a lot of ways. So certainly it did go to overtime, so it wasn't that big of a difference. At the end of the day, you really, really need to dial up something special here. Make sure you're ready for Paper Rex's aggression. See if you can really shut this down. And looks to me like they're setting up for an A hit. A couple stars down already, expecting some kind of pressure. Try to gravity well at the front door of the site. Smoke off the ramp potentially, but Xcurit gonna invest a lot of stars. 2 for himself on the B site. Seen him double smoke off of that to try to play protection, because that is potentially where the pressure is gonna be. Right outside of garage is Paper Rex.
Last pack in for the quick peek. Xcurit reinforced by Carpe as the Nebula comes up here backside. Shorty in hand there from something, goes up and over. Swiftly delivered to death, but Xcurit
Spike down B.
will find 2. The lob in, the spray.
Jeez.
Mind Freak comes away with it now into a 3v3. Defy going on a very deep lurk. Nade interrupting. It's a bit of damage there on Amaniet as Rossi. He has spotted him. Out-ratting the rat. He gives T1 a man advantage. Mind Freak and Amaniet now. Eminem, they're trying to close out this round and win the map.
No utility to speak of. Just a teleport.
Easy right here at the top of the rope. And now it all falls to the newest member of Paper Rex. 1v3 clutch to finish it. Otherwise, T1 tying us again and extending this OT. He's pushing out, spotting one. Izu taking a bit of damage. He's looking for more. Last pack locks him back. He doesn't reset the aim. T1 will get the defuse, and they will keep us in this map.
I was gonna say, where have we seen this before with Monyet with that pillar? But he was playing a very different agent this time around. Not gonna be able to come through with the heroic clutch on split as we saw in the previous season. I love the way Xcurit plays this, because it's the same smoke setup that he had the last time they pressured him on that side, but he changed angles. He went to the back of site, not playing on site instead, and that confused Paper Rex enough that it took a little bit to displace him. There's the Odin, I was wondering.
Well, now that they're on the defender side, he's going to bring this one out. I mean, Forsaken has worked miracles with this gun at internationals. You think about him on Pearl, mowing down 3 people.
Jeez, yeah.
Flash out, the rush forward, something waiting within the smoke, however, shuts out side player very swiftly. Boombot cleared, he wants a re-peek, swings it, oh my god!
Nuh-uh.
He's waking up.
Golly.
Boombot cleared, but map control very firmly in the hands of Paper Rex.
There.
Yeah, they just do such a good job here. I mean, what do you do against that? What do you do against something when he's that fast? That very few players in the world can handle that play. That's almost unbeatable.
That just grinds everything to a halt here from T1. Staying quiet. Pack mentality. The buy on the jiggle does get punished. A kill found, snake bite to try and stop any push coming out of stairs. As it looks like widely they're going to cut their way back over towards this A side, slowly creeping down the vents, but Monyet does arrive, but
30 seconds
Double
left.
trying to see what kind of rotations have we drawn out. As they work their way back over, now towards B. Something tucked away just below heaven. Star coming in, swing onto the corner. Izu gone, something unable to find the kill. Does put Rossi down to 75. It's Mind Freak now TPing around the opposite side of the pillar. Xcurit there, time dwindling. They're going to have to go for this plant. They're going to have to stick forward. Spray, connecting, Forsaken, finding it, and that's going to be the round 1. They don't have to do anything else aside from not die. Monyet will get one. They're on the back end. As we continue to go blow for blow, Paper Rex once again at map point.
Yeah, Paper Rex loves to play with smokes, to get aggressive inside of them, and the layered smokes in mid allows something to pick up the first. The second is just God tier. God tier play. Again, what do you do against that? And he's ready for the follow-up. And I like the way T1 plays this, though, in the mid-round. I like that they do the double pump, because for Paper Rex, without the ability to get info easily, they have to kind of gamble on which side they're going to be playing. And you can see they're already shifting their weight towards the A side. Now, operator again, glass cannon for Saya, up and over is something.
And spotted him, knows that he's going to be up there on the rafter. Bite not deep enough to really get Saya, but matter. Rotates across it, needs some damage, but he gets the follow-up shot. Forsaken going to be punished after Rossi ends up falling. Izu now catching something. The spike stuck up in heaven. With both remaining players here from Prx down on the side itself. Mind Freak unable to clear the corner. And let's keep it going. 14-14. T1 reset us again.
Yeah, now we're getting to see
Overtime.
that Saya player we know and love. The operator so strong in his hands. And able to put it to such great use there. Able to avoid that initial pressure. Find some nice angles. Get some big kills to open this one up. Saw something go up there. Forsaken was up there as well, trying to come down. And it's a really nice piece of work from Saya player. We're back to even Stevens. Odin once again here for Prx on this defender side. There was a moment where T1 heard it fire in the previous affair.
Oh, Izu. Full blind,
What?
but they didn't realize that he was behind the box. Ends up getting taken down. Divide with a nice lurk forward. Does mention gets execute over on ramp, but then getting taken out by Rossi over his main. Forsaken, however, the Odin hath arrived. Comes up with 2 quick kills. TPs himself up into heaven, but can't redraw that massive weapon before Saya player gets him in the head.
Disgusting. Great awareness from Saya player. Goodness.
Now the 2v2. On freaking screens, something approaching from main. They make eye contact for a brief moment, and now Saya player turns his sights back over and turns away. He still managed to get a shot. Mind Freak! Guns them both down! Doesn't know where the hell the spike is planted, but doesn't matter. He's got all the time in the world. Collect yourself, take a breath.
Oh,
Get ready to go again.
he's so fast. He's so fast here to get this double. And this looked like it might be problematic until the Odin. Just again, once again, another one where T1 just gets caught lining up, and that is so nasty, Mind Freak. Goodness. They're just unbelievable. The way that it looks like a round is about to completely slip away from Prx, and then they just find that perfect moment, that perfect angle, that perfect timing to completely turn things around. And an opportunity here once again for Prx to shut it down, but this one feels like maybe we're not done. I don't know.
Well, this is why we see the timeout called here from Alex. Has been holding on to this ever since OT began. But given that they've been struggling to get those round wins, as soon as they shift off back onto that attacker side, it's time to intervene now. Try to give them a solid game plan to finish this map.
Certainly, you got to feel like if Prx has their defender side figure out, it's only a matter of time before the sand in the hourglass runs out for T1. But we'll see. They've got that glass cannon once again. Last time that worked a treat for a Saya player. This time he's shifted over to the B side. You've got Xcurate along with Carpe up on A.
Right there.
So a lot of ability to, again, try to shut down some of these fast hits. The stars are placed. Try to keep things in place, and they might try to make a play at ramps. We'll see.
They allowed for a side play to get an immense amount of value last time he had the op in hand. This time, though, he's posted up on the opposite side of the map. Monyet going for the entry. Grafwell looking to try and delay. No one down on the site there to receive this aggression. You can see side play. He's still anticipating that that lurk that Bagi has been going for is still going to be coming through, or Forsaken is going to be trying to rotate around, having set up a gate crash. But just now, the call comes in for him to rotate.
It's these screen holds again.
But he's watching for it, and as the smoke dissipates, more often than not, Saya's going to be good for at least one. And right now, there's a couple players lined up. Something, however, entering up into heaven finds Rossi, taking down the enemy Viper.
Here.
A lot of that flush out utility with Snake Bite's now going to be gone. Saya does get his mark. Monyet taken down. Flicks over, finds Forsaken. And keeps them in this round. The drop down, crossfire set up, something gone. Now it's all on the Saya player. And he just doesn't have the time. It's not going to happen. Not like this. Down to 7. Mind Freak will finish him off. And Prx 16-14 will take the opening map here in playoffs over T1.
Yeah, and in this last round, giving him a little bit of space, trying to play for retake. Prx just having none of it. The phenomenal crossfire setup towards heaven really just shuts things down, and Paper Rex manages to get the triple duelist to go. Who else? Who else?
And if you told me coming into today, Forsaken, he's going to drop over 30 in the opening map versus T1, I'd be like, really? Playing Sky? That's kind of crazy. And then you told me Yoru, I'd be like, I see it now.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
We're aligned. I'm
with that.
understanding. But good God, I mean, no one could have seen this coming at all. And I've got to say, props to T1 for handling it really well in that first half and also running this really closely, because going up against Prx in general, it's hard to find your footing, but they stuck in this one. But now we have their map pick up a set getting ready to come up. First, we'll throw it back over to the desk, though, to break down all of the crazy lunacy we just witnessed.
Pacific, are you not entertained by the very first game of today in the semifinals? That was incredible. It got a little personal on stage. If you guys saw that, Forsaken started taunting his brother. Then Xcurate Cosmic divided their win streak and brought it over to an overtime. That was insanity.
It really is just crazy.
My heart's still like, oh my goodness.
At some point,
what
she
is
like
happening?
stopped analyzing the game and just went like full on Paper X fan mode. Asteroid's just like cheering for T1.
All right. It got personal on stage. It got personal on the desk.
You got
things were flying
by hand warmers.
You didn't see it on camera.
Who are you rooting for?
T1.
Who are you rooting for?
Yeah. Get out of here. I mean, T1 was fantastic, though.
Yeah.
Saya player on the op was, you know, honestly, if Coach Alex did not call that timeout at the very end and find a way to push past Saya's op, I don't know. This could have kept going for a really long time.
Yeah, there was a risk reward to how Paper Rex actually did that. So if, again, you know, our viewers were noticing a lot of Paper Rex's pushes on that A site specifically were built to push up until as much as possible the spawn of T1, because they were kind of banking on the fact that Saya player, if he's not going to be on the A site, his impact with the operator is going to be so far from that A site to defuse it that it's not going to be arriving in time, and so they can just deal with the other players of T1. And T1, on that very last round, as we saw, were starting to panic. They were like, we need to push this. We already have the numbers advantage, and then they started...
Spike.
Yes, they just started dwindling because they couldn't wait for Saya anymore.
Yeah, and then at that point, Saya was the last one left, but that's it. I mean, you can't not talk about how good he is. 19 first kills on the side of T1, and 8 of them came from Saya player himself. Meanwhile, Paper X, you know, they did what they could too, and well, maybe the first kills aren't quite as, you know, something that you want to compare with, but still, they managed to win out in terms of strategies. And again, that's something that's always felt by Coach Alex's timeouts. He called 2 of them earlier on in the first half, very early on. At round 9, both of them were expended, but you can feel the impact of it. So, although the first half ended at like an 8-4, they managed to come back on their attacking side, and that's because of Forsaken's Yoru. The Yoru is back. I love it. It's always great. The triple duelist was kind of like nervous about, but this
You know, someone from
awesome.
The Korean caster, Songjae, came to me. Came to us, he was like, was this a mistake? Was this a real comp? I was like, yes, well, it's Paper X.
off-season April Fool's joke?
Triple duelists, I mean, they're always cooking, but you're right. Seeing Forsaken back on the Yoru is very exciting. We wanted it so much last year, so I'm glad to see it back. But Izu too, I mean, look at him, like the rookie guy, not so rookie anymore.
Yeah.
I like the head-to-head of our stats is Forsaken and Xcurate. To be fair though,
Different roles.
Yeah, exactly. He's on, Xcurate is on that Astra, so he's not able to really influence the match as much as I think people want him to, because he left that in the hands of Saya player and Izu that were on that duelist role. He had to really focus on being able to put a lot more emphasis on his stars.
But I will say, like, you had a great point earlier on Asarai about, you know, Forsaken's Yoru and how he used the gate crash. He loves to go for that catch and swing that you mentioned, right? He's a human recon dart, teleports away. Maybe Monyet comes in for the pinch, but there were a few rounds where T1 started to catch up. You said that they were waiting out the utility?
Yeah, so basically they had a general idea of, you know, every single round Forsaken's just going to have that gate crash up and running, so you wait just a couple of seconds or until it expires, and then they started to press onto a site, whether Forsaken TPs or not. He's very vulnerable to the follow-up after that. And I like how you mentioned this as well with Monyet. It feels like on that first half, you know, with the 4-8 for Paper X, it felt like it didn't feel like the Forsaken Jink combination we know, right? And it kind of showed. There was some kind of this detachment, I think, from Monyet and Forsaken, at least at this point, where they just really couldn't find that rhythm between the two of them, at least in that first half.
Yeah, maybe not really quite the same, but you know, Monyet still was able to provide whatever he could, especially with the Raze utility at times. You could see that he knows how to make use of those blast packs. The movement is really good, and he's able to throw, you know, so much aggression at T1 that sometimes it's hard to catch up to Prx's pace. And I think that's why towards the end, especially in overtime, you start to see T1 go for a lot more retake plays and, you know, banking on Saya's operator. And although it was really good, it was also kind of a double-edged sword. That was the reason why T1 kind of lost at the end, because you started to see this is what they are relying on. If I can take this operator away from them or remove it from the equation somehow by pushing him so far back and eliminating the rest of the team, then all you got left is an operator. You're not quite able to come back at that point. And of course, I mean, just again, Forsaken things with the Yoru, the timing on some of these flashes, the way that he uses the gate crash, the way that he plays with their minds, because he's all over the place.
Yeah, I will say, I think I remember Victoria saying as well that it felt like Izu was better than Monyet in playing as the Raze. I felt like Izu was also kind of out of his own comfort zone. There were some moments where he just didn't really rely on the utility anymore, just straight out going for that contact.
Yeah, I like how they showed the team capsules just now, and you can see them using it in the game as well, the T1. I have to say, one thing's for sure, you know, whoever's going to win this out, both Prx and T1, I think, have the best team capsules. That's my personal opinion. Those are the two I'm 100% gonna buy.
You're an archer. You love the T1 player card.
It's so cool, that Korean archer. Yeah, I'm all about it. And of course, you know, Prx and their
Jello
pink
dinosaur.
banner. Yeah, it kind of looks like crystallized Jello.
That's really
But Jello is delicious. I'm fine with that. All right, well, going into Ascent. Now we got to talk about T1. Coach Autumn, I have to say, is not your classic Korean coach either, and that really reflects in their gameplay style.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's how you've seen T1 approach was just very, as I mentioned, NA DNA, right? You have that very aggressive style. They have Saya player that can back it up. They have Rossi that has that experience already that's able to assist from the back line. Very different from what we've seen from, you know, the Genjis and DRXs of the world.
And that's the best thing about this matchup between the two teams. We know Ascent, every team plays that one composition that DRX perfected and everything. But between these two, they try different compositions. And because of Coach Autumn's coaching, you can see some slight differences. You can see that the way the team operates, they're not always just banking on these set plays. They're actually trying to play with their opponent's minds, and that's why you have Rossi on this Viper. However, Prx does the same thing. We've got that Harbor, you know, they played that against EG.
Yeah, I think we all want to see what Prx is going to play on Ascent. I know there are a bajillion watch parties going on, and every time Ascent comes up, it doesn't matter what region, everyone's like, well, except for Prx, who does something a little bit crazy. And you're right, T1 is the other team who's now doing it. I think this is the first Ascent we're going to see that's going to get very spicy here in Pacific.
Yeah, I'm honestly thinking that Forsaken might bring out the Harbor coming into this one. Because again, what I do like about that is if we're going to go against a composition where Rossi and Izu will go for the double control, you want your own safety with your own smokes. Cove, I think, is a very good answer as to how to entry onto the site. So at least I'm predicting it, but of course we have to wait.
If we do have Forsaken as the Harbor, then my question to you, Asarai, is what are the rest of them going to play? You know, are they going to have that Viper to go along with the Harbor, or is it going to be an Omen? And what about the Duelists? Are we going to see maybe a Chamber, or is it going to be, you know, the Reyna coming out from something again? Probably. But then you would need, you know, a secondary Duelist to substantiate that Reyna. You would have Monyet on a probably not Jet, maybe a Raze. What does that look like?
Okay, we are going on to the debate, and I love this. I think like you don't really need to have a secondary Duelist when you have a Harbor, because you set up the Cascade, you throw out the Reyna Eye, the Leer to kind of follow up for an out of nowhere smoke, and again the safety of your High Tide plus the Cascade, or not the Cascade, but the Cove, I feel like is already enough to push into certain sites. There's so many angles on Ascent that, again, Harbor, I feel like, can really dig into that. But again, it's all hypothetical up until we see the team
but that's
selection.
why, you know, that's why we have this discussion. I mean, thinking about it, it's really fun to imagine how Prx comes into this game and how, you know, T1 might have prepared for it, because they have seen Prx play Ascent against EG before, and that was a pretty good match. Again, like you mentioned, that Harbor's always very effective, and guess what? We're not going to have it today.
Okay.
You know, one thing we've been seeing from both of these teams right now is that they're dropping entire roles. Once again here from Paper Rex, no Sentinel.
Okay, so I was kind of thinking that they might go for an agent like the Phoenix or the what is his name, Gecko, because of the
Dizzy?
Yeah, the cheaper ultimate, six charge ultimate, just because you can keep harassing, you know, these players out of the site.
So I guess that's what we're going to be banking on.
Oh, this is gonna be a spicy one. We're gonna go into Ascent into Italy and see what these two teams have to offer. Over to our casters, Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Yes, thank you very much. We continue on our merry way with PaperX trying out new stuff.
It's the best. There is nothing else better than walking into a match with PaperX playing because you never know what you're going to get. And this time around, really curious. So one thing I noticed in watching T1's Ascent VODs was they don't get like super aggressive towards mid. They're not generally going to be looking for picks. And so one thing I'm really keying in on here for PaperX in a potential counter-strat opportunity is the Seize Nade combo with the Fade and the Raise, because you can really catch some players of T1 in some of these choke points on the outer edges of the sites or on the doors of the sites. Mindfreak going to be the one lurking on the Viper this time around. No information given over to T1. They didn't see him.
Yeah,
did hear the shots.
Interesting that that's the swap up here. The Devi is going to be going over to that Omen and Mindfreak playing Viper.
That is also interesting. That's a really good point.
There just has to be some form of difference in comfort here as Cam will be spotting out Mindfreak. Side player just around the corner. Ooh, yep, seeing each other now. Given the Sai has already been tagged down to 50, he's going to have to just back away a bit. Still going to be within B main, wants to try to catch somebody here. As the counter swing ready to go, there's the lineup 1-to-1. Finds it, but he and Xcrit both going to be taken down.
Look at this, already feeding those orbs like Aster I was just talking about, but a good shot from
Garbe comes up with 3!
Down B.
And now suddenly Mindfreak, the 1v2. Spike is in hand, market door. Oh, you can see Rossi was trying to peek in underneath that before he got fully shut. Now they're going to have to break their way through. But do they do this one at a time, or do they feel the need to try to go for time here?
30 seconds left.
For now, they're waiting because they're noticing we haven't heard a Spike get planted, not even a tap on it. Jiggle out. Now they know that Mindfreak's going to be out in mid. Ball comes up. He's going to rotate his way over towards A.
Going to be able to get the plant down at least, it looks like. Especially with the door be closed there. Now they're going to try to come all the way through short A, so could send one up through glass, but I believe that's been broken, so certainly noise is going to be made here to alert Mindfreak to where they're going to go.
Paranoia at the ready.
Yeah.
Flies across and Rossi. That range classic headshot coming in. T1, once again, will take an opening pistol round.
Great timing there with the Paranoia, right as they're getting through the door. Makes it where Mindfreak has to get the first one, try to hide behind Dice and kind of pray, but they don't even give him the opportunity. Rossi there, good for it. So far, on the pistol round, PaperX not able to find what they're looking for. This is just absolutely freaking disgusting from Carpe. Again, those one taps from Carpe are a thing to be feared. Now, side player with an Outlaw. It's a Stinger purchase along with the Spectre half armors here for the side of PaperX. They're going for the Force Buy.
This very well could get some off guard, but given that half armor, Saya player going to be in a cozy position with the Outlaw. They just situated up here on a heaven. Okay, well, now they're well aware of that weapon. As that first shot not going to be connecting Munyet. Bring over towards Tree, finding one before Izu is able to trade it back. Tap one of the door, spray coming through. Izu going to be knocked down to 51. A side player just fishing here. Blind, trying to get a straight connection.
Spike planted.
In the meantime, Spike will get planted for PaperX. Still a lot to work with here, though.
Yeah.
Phantom in hand for Ross. Found an immense amount of value, but now Izu going to be taken down as they look to push in around the back side. And in window, side player not connecting with a shot. Drop down, Xcrit will find Devi. Pushes out, but he's not ready for something to be behind him at back gen. Kills found Rossi, the last one standing. Finds one, looks for a little bit more, but cannot hold his ground. PaperX, team that we typically did not see go for these Force Buys. They bring one out, and they are going to be carrying a Spectre and a Phantom forward into round 3.
Yeah, it catches a lot of people off guard, including T1. Not fully prepared for it, and you're starting to think, well, okay, they've got that Outlaw, they've got that gun that could potentially just shut it down, but the opportunity is never there. Already saw an attempt to combo some of the raise and the fade utility at the beginning of this round in case somebody was on the left-hand side of A main as they came in towards switch. Nobody there, and Monyet able to find a kill, get them the ability to open up a little bit of space. Here you go. There's that C's kamu, although that C ended on the roof.
All of this util for an empty side. Obviously just taking every precaution on the way in, but T1 going for the gamble stack, expecting to find some resistance over towards B. Now we're going to have to try to push their way back into the 5v5.
Here.
Just going to have to see if you can bait Paper Rex into a bad fight, but the angle being held if they were to come from spawn like they are with Mind Freak, with that Phantom, going to be very, very difficult. Maybe you can find that one tap with Carpe.
He's got the Sheriff. Position reinforced, and it looks like the call is going to be made to just try to gather up, get collected around tree where the door should still be shut, and then sacrifice to the spike. The haunt goes out. Well, Carpe did swing back to try to see if he can get any kind of parting gift kill there. Build up towards that Nightfall, but instead will fall. So, 4-man sacrifice. Spike gods are pleased. Paper Rex are going to move up 2-1.
Bodies for the Spike God. One thing you got to be concerned about, and why, I think T1 is so keen to make sure that it's a death to the Spike, it's because you don't want to funnel these orbs over to Paper Rex. This is something that plagued them in the AVL, was Paper Rex just getting both orbs on both sides of the map and really snowballing off of agents like Gecko, like Yoru, to get ults continuously online. I mean, we saw the Forsaken, 5-dimensional drifts in one half, Yoru. So those kind of things you have to be aware of that Paper X will certainly try to take advantage of if they're given the opportunity. Tap on the orb just to see if there's any response. X-Curate, though, still yet to set up that trap wire, considering camera playing way in the back corner for now. Paper X doesn't like that they didn't get any contact there. They're sensing that maybe there's something amiss. They check short. Nobody home.
Seems like maybe both spotting each other there in mid with that jiggle peek from Rossi. And something creeping on the corner sends out at least a warning shot there towards Carpe, who's now going to be drifting back away towards the site.
He's got that thrash as well to really break this open. And you can see T1 is giving him a lot of space and a lot of respect because of it. Yeah, you've got the toxic screen as well. Rossi starting to shift over, try to get some help. The utility coming in, the hit is on, and a great spray from Saya.
I mean, just massive wide swing from Monyet. He didn't take it down. Side player trying to kill, but Carpe now falling means the site is a little bit more opened up, but Rossi is still here, makes his presence known. Bill found up a shot, takes it down to 5. Something swaps up with the Sheriff. Be able to finish him off. But fishing here from Dubai comes up with 2 quick kills. Izu and Saya both go down. Man gets the spike plant. X-Curate now all on his lonesome. Cashless. Holding onto the Vandal. They'll just have to back away. Thrash just on the hunt again. See if they can spot him out, but don't think anything's been noted. So X-Curate will be able to just drift away into the nether, hold on to his weapon. Paper X, they're going to be moving up 3-1.
Yeah, and it's a good kind of play off of sort of lack of information here for Paper Rex. Not really any counter utility thrown their way as they make a play for that first orb. So they feel like maybe something's going to be set up for a trap at the front of that A site. They are going to be able to shift on over. Monyet maybe getting a little too wide. Saya does get that kill, but Rossi trying to do what he can on site, but it's so difficult with something with an operator. Even on the Gecko.
Way too much.
Doesn't have those escapes, no problem at all for him. Wise switch back over to that Sheriff to get that confirmation on the kill. Follow up off the paranoia as well. Really nice stuff here from Devi once again. Holding right from the switch. And I mean, Paper X.
See you on the other side.
See why they went into this map. Really liked what they were seeing. It was the map that did fall away from T1 when they played Zeta earlier. It's close. It's 13-10, but still. Zeta showing that there are some weaknesses. Carpe trying to use that Sheriff wall pen to find some damage onto the feet of Paper X, but for now, nothing doing. Nobody giving up
right there.
Positioning. Oh, gonna use the wingman to check.
Wingman trying to go for that stun. Spot one is Rossi, just trying to hold things over from Market. Field comes in, Forsaken, able to find Carpe. Fade v Fade. Set on top. Site now going to be taken once more here from the side of Prx. When it comes down. By shifting over, realizing they haven't shut the door, and right before it does, Mind Freak will be able to take out Rossi. Into a position where you can try to die to the spike here. Not impossible for the side of T1. Execute will fall. Now it is all on Izu to see if he can deal some damage here. First couple shots. Whip thing does get one, but gun has to be reloaded. He won't be given the time of day to do it. Prx now 4-1.
Okay, winning the round you should. Relatively convincing fashion. The money starting to accumulate very quick, as well as the ults for Prx. Nightfall right there, one away from a Viper's Pit. Showstopper in hand for Monyet. So a lot of options now for Prx. And T1, they like to get a little bit aggressive at B main. Sometimes Saya player will try to control that space along with the utility of Carpe. So seeing if they can maybe push out, get some damage done. But Prx, 4-1 split all the way over on the other side of the map. And here comes that Showstopper towards short.
Clear on the haunt. Trap wire can't get the catch here, so just going to send it out. Daze comes across, Dizzy out, Execute tucked away, back jet, it's a falling, it's Divine, just sweeps through like a plague upon their houses.
Oh, come on.
And continues to just rip them to shreds. 3 kills here for Divine. A little bit of spray through, Carpe getting a bit of that damage, but widely, there's nothing else that can be done. T1 again, heavy investment, that Odin, not cheap. They have to just back away.
Well, I guess you're a T1 fan, the one thing you can hang your hat on is...
this is aggressive.
Oh, this is nuts from Devi.
I was like, yo, give me that ace, though. He might just find it. He will! What a read! What an ult! Devi just arriving and says, no. None of you escape me.
Well, never mind. I was going to say something. There were a few things that you could take away for T1 fans about this round, but Devi just wanted that ace so bad. And again, it's huge because the economic damage done is enormous. Just absolutely enormous.
I think the one takeaway that T1 fans want right now is their eyesight, because this is not good to witness. As the timeout will be called, 5-1, Prx way out ahead, and this is a significantly different pace being set right now.
Yeah, this is when Prx gets scary. It's when they're starting to feel it, when the speed is there. When Devi starts picking up these huge multi-kills, starting to break things open. The trap wire was nice that it caught the ult and stopped that. That's great, but then the sight hit with the rest of Prx just isn't able to be held. Maybe getting a little bit distracted, potentially, by that trap wire Showstopper. Maybe a momentary, a pause there to give them some hesitation. Might have cost them a little bit. Xcurate just stuck behind that box. Not much you can do as that Cypher. Not a lot of utility to bail him out. It's just going to have to be on his gunplay, which is tremendous, but, it's not comfortable by any stretch of the imagination. A Devi just sneaks right around, takes him out. Something still with an operator, one away from the Viper's Pit. Yet is Mind Freak. Maybe see if they can make a play for an orb to get that into his hands this time around. Only a Marshal, a Stinger, some Sheriffs, and a Ghost. A lot of work to be done for T1. Thrifty here would feel great. Try to turn this map around, but certainly tough task for any team when Prx gets rolling to shut it down.
I mean, they know, just because the rounds have been very brutal for them, that operator continues to be carried over. Can constantly be afforded right now. So not looking to give any sight lines over to something.
Waiting for the Odin from Forsaken. That's what I'm waiting for.
I hope that you will be waiting for a very long time.
Yeah, I don't think we will.
For now, wall, orb dropping. Volleys go. Sighting section ready to come through. They had decay and the seeds out onto Carpe. Wrap around the side. Yeah, just trying to cut him while he's in midair. Rossi will be able to find that kill. Finds himself second and back.
Rossi
over the classic. And Rossi comes up with a 3K.
Okay.
Still, though, just the stinger in hand. But he's definitely made them think twice about this one as they go inching forward. And Rossi, can he get an ace himself? He's looking for it. Something will deny it. But he's at 29 health. That Marshal, wall bang, anything will do it. But something Pushes around the backside of the box. Saya not ready for the swing. Thought he was sticking it. Rossi doing his damnedest to try to give them the round to win, to try to get the thrifty. But something says no.
Oh, heartbreak for T1. This is so well played here on the execute by Prx. They get the tethers to connect onto two different players, and Monyet is like, oh yes, this should be easy for me to clean up, but Rossi's so good with that stinger. Rossi was saying his mom is staying up to watch the match tonight, so gave her a little bit of a show there for sure.
Damn good effort. Again, you know, very close in the thrifty attempts here from T1. Now with the buy coming back through, Trapwires just intercepting these prowlers, information not really being garnered from Prx. And I mean, this is the most Prx thing ever. It looks like they want to push into Rossi, the guy who just nearly aced them while he's got a Viper's Pit up.
That's because you got Thrash. You got the ability to clear it now. You know where the Cypher setup is. You don't feel comfortable trying to push through it, so why not utilize or just run into it with shorties and try to clear it that way, but playing very, very far back are Rossi and Carpe, but again, with this Thrash there,
Bring them down.
you have a great opportunity here to clear this out. Something going to be making his way through. Let's see if that's what they want to do, if they're just going to maybe use Wingman Dizzy or something like that. But look at all this utility. The Nightfall.
Boombot one way. As Monyet getting detained.
Oh no.
Stuck into the corner. Here Lumber, Rossi. Hit still up, Spike on the floor. Monyet starting to push, but X-Grit shuts him down. Spike does get grabbed, and Dizzy coming through. As the Neural Theft infested, they know where they're at, they know where they're rotating to. And for Prx, I don't know how you dig yourself out of this one. Trapwire still set up here on A to intercept the approach towards the site. Cyber Cage is well popped. They'll get rid of the one wire, but they have to get onto the site now. Just 12 seconds remaining for them to try to get this Paranoia. Going to be sent down. Isu tagged down to 11, but X-Grit holds the door.
Down A.
That'll be the round taken away. Something just having to hang back and hold on to that operator now.
Not exactly sure
What just happened?
What happened with the friendly fire with the Thrash that got poor Monyet detained, because I love the maneuver that Monyet takes there to get onto the backside of the pit. You know, if the players, you can see Carpe right there kind of having to play in and out of the backside of it.
10 seconds.
If Monyet was able to not be detained there, that could have been a very different round, but just a little bit of a miscalculation there by Prx.
Right there.
And the right idea, using that Fade utility, using that Boombot, using that Gecko utility to clear that Viper's Pit. It just didn't quite go the way they wanted, and credit to T1 being able to dodge all of that, clearing some space on the site, hoping to maybe get a Trapwire in there as well. And
not looking to slow down.
Oh my!
Okay, Rossi just running and got it, managing to spray down too. Molly does manage to find it, but X-Grit now holds the door. Demai and Mind Freak both eliminated. And it's just him versus something who's completely and utterly trapped here at Wine. No more util. No nothing, just a Vandal. 3 people to try to get through in this side alone. So he will just back away. See if he's going to reroute or just get tucked away somewhere and try to hold on to this weapon. Still doesn't have a good amount of cash. Taps the spike. And, well, X-Grit does come out hunting. Now he's going to turn his sights back over towards him. That Jiggle Beak not revealing enough. The Haunt certainly helping. As he can't find him. X-Grit with 3. T1 as well. 3 to 6, looking for the run back.
Just phenomenal hold here from Rossi and X-Grit. Looked like it was maybe going to be another Prx kind of just sight take, but they're able to hold fast. Prx able to try to break through the front of the site. The Dizzy even connected onto Rossi. It's at 10 HP. Gets that done.
Let's go, man.
Catches the teleport.
Come on.
Now, a little bit of wind to the sails for T1, and they are going to force a timeout out of Prx. Coach Alex gonna have something to say. Already a pretty good half, all things considered, for Prx. I mean, you gotta like finding 6 on your attacker side initially.
Sure.
However, it is Prx, and they'd prefer to do the majority of the damage on the attacker side in most maps.
You heard Rossi, just 3 more to go. They want that 6 and 6 is what they have their sights set on. Prx now gonna try to disrupt it. So they can bring an end to this one. But right now, I mean, just given the things that we're seeing, the things being put on display from both teams, I'm impartial. I don't care who wins. I just want it to go to 3.
Yeah, please.
Because both teams have looked strong when it comes down to Sunset, and seeing that face-off with the likelihood of Excurrent as well going over to Chamber, that sounds like something that we don't want to miss.
Yeah, certainly T1 has to be wanting revenge on that map, you know, from when they faced off against them at the AVL. So certainly I would like to see Sunset, no doubt about it. Mindfreak now finally maybe going to have the opportunity to use that Viper's Pit. Saya.
It's going to get noted there. Has to just dash to exit. Start finding Yet. He's trying to get out of there, but as soon as Rossi tries to go for the spray, he's far too late, and Forsaken is far too quick on the reply. Something going to get tagged up there through the wall, but I mean, Forsaken's just killing everyone. Saya player turning his sights back over towards B main, will be able to get the pick off there on a Mindfreak as Excurrent lurking forward now, spots the spike. Brother v brother, but he's got to back away as the paranoia comes in from Devi. It's going to be revealed. He's looking for a little bit more as they try to flush him out. He swings in, takes out his brother, pushes into the smoke, but something will be able to get revenge. Saya player now, last man standing. Something at 44. The knives out. He sends him. The updraft, the wingman going for the plan as they just lurk within the smoke. Something that Saya can do to try to interrupt it. Does he just go for a fishing shot? The swing out there, and something somehow wins the duel.
I just threw my hands up a little bit there because something is just outrageous sometimes with how fast he is. I mean, Saya's expecting potentially someone to come out from the smoke, and he still gets bested. Whoa, God, that's fast. Yeah, dude. That's how I feel.
Those snappy shots, kind of play, that accuracy, that is what got him onto this team. And he's done it Pacific, he's done it on the world stage. He's doing it right now here. As Aunt's going forward, cleared on both sides. Saya player on a hard line here. In B main has the backup.
It's pinged.
Carpe,
they suspect.
Ripping forward, wants to go for the Prowler. Checks right, they know that he's there. And now they're just trying to spam him out. Mindfreak put in an absolutely unwinnable position. In the meantime, that Nightfall going to be sent over towards A, but it's not going to connect onto anyone. Just falls shy of Excurrent's position there on Heaven. He now drops down. Rossi taking a hell of a lot of damage, taking a paranoia, but he's just staying quiet, tucked in the corner. The man can't see a damn thing. His eyes have been taken from him, and now his life as well. Something will finally find the enemy. Viper Manya gets Excurrent as the Thrash goes chasing, spotting them here out in mid. The detain onto one. Carpe locked in position for now, but Izu there to cover.
So much space and time being bought here. The Thrash, the Mosh. So difficult on this retake. Door cleared.
The reveal, Saya Yap just digs, finished off through floor. On the corner, Devi unable to take out Izu. The time dwindling, and there's still a showstopper on the opposite side. I guess a consolation prize, so they can try to drag that ult out. But they know that they have to just back away. They're not going to be able to breach the confines of that A site. Carpe out hit though, taken down as Forsaken swings the corner. They want Izu. Shorty in hand. Izu holding his ground for a moment, but Forsaken will be able to finish him off, and Prx now get themselves up to 8.
I mean, they're just so well coordinated when they death ball around the map. I mean, there was one kind of oopsie when the Viper's Pit was up earlier, but other than that, so well played there by Forsaken to get that haunt, get the reveal right after that door came crashing down. You knew that the retake had to be attempted relatively soon there, trying to get those flank angles set up. And maybe the Viper's Pit will be used someday. A lot of utility being thrown at the wall.
Man cleared. Saya holding the judge. Showstopper sent down. Still not going to be found, but Saya player now dashing forward. Still somehow comes away with 2. Tries to keep them in this one and actually does give them the man advantage. Spike still held here. Safely in the hands of something for now. Smoke dissipates and Izu ready for it. Takes out Mindfreak.
Yeah, so Prx's utility able to be dodged by T1. They're set up in places where it doesn't really connect. Something looking for Izu, but not giving anything away just yet. Ooh, takes a tag.
Challenging position to be in. Excurrent on the swing. Now he's pretty much identified everybody.
Still plenty of time.
Running the assessment here in his head. Is this winnable? Send process.
I think for this player, absolutely, there's the potential.
Xcurate does get dragged off the angle, but yeah, they have the high-low here on Switch. It will be an 8-4 half, much like we saw on the first map, but this time flipped on its head. T1 needing to be the team that rallies back in the second half.
Yeah, it's a really good setup in that last round for T1. I mean, Saya got really aggressive there. Just went face first into Paper-X, still managed to find another one. But the important thing is his positioning kind of fools Paper-X. Again, I think they're expecting somebody to maybe be like Carpe spamming that wall or something like that with where the C's landed. Actually, they were just waiting right outside the door, hoping to close the gate on him, and they did. So 8-4. I don't know. I don't know if it's enough. You know, I've heard
Rossi, you're my rose.
Rossi, you're my rose.
I believe that's what that said.
That's adorable. Devi, you're my daisy. I'm not good with flower names, but
That is, I can confirm that is a flower. Excellent work.
I did it. I did it, guys.
You don't have too many flowers where you come from. It's usually just frigid with 10 feet of snow on the ground.
Nah, that's kind of true. It is a barren wasteland as Wisconsin.
Same could be said for New Jersey. Anyway, let's go into the second half. Paper-X now shifting over onto the defense. T1 needing this attack to be absolutely monstrous.
Curious to see exactly how they're going to play this. With something in middle, I want to know if that's like the Paper-X sort of MO, that he's just going to, even not on a duelist, kind of be in charge of that area of the map. Often, you know, you expect him to be on that jet with an operator or something like that, like we saw last year, containing that space. Early on, just with a Ghost, of course, it's just the pistol, but something to kind of keep your eyes on, I think, as this map progresses, is the positioning of something, the way that he's going to be playing off duelist on Ascent. On yet, Mind Freak thinking about trying, but they're getting backed off.
Yeah, I mean, their attention right now being so very split. Devi looking to just try to hold the door, but there's just too many players coming out of the smoke. Ends up falling. Rotation now coming through. Is Xcurate going to be able to find one? Forsaken. We'll get Rossi, but suddenly it's just Mind Freak, and now he's gone. Xcurate cleaning them up. T1 maintaining a lead in pistol rounds, now 3-1 in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, they've won both pistols. Last time, of course, you know, Paper-X went for the Force Buy, the Stingers and a Spectre, and this time around, though, not feeling like going to fool T1 just again, but maybe you can use that against your opponent here, because T1 is likely to be a little bit more cautious than maybe normal on this round, right? It's got to be in the back of your mind that last time there was that Force Buy. So let's work the map a little bit. See if Paper-X can use that to their advantage. Maybe they can do things like take a little bit of space, find kind of some off angles that maybe T1 isn't expecting. What in the world? What in the world?
He wins it with a classic.
What?
Okay. Opening kill.
Right there.
Found there from Monyet, down to 1 HP, mind you. Weapon not recovered. Worry about it being watched by somebody else on T1. They don't push forward, so that is not going to be in their hands as they look to go for this retake. But somehow, some way, Paper-X do have a man advantage. Decent amount of util. Everyone's pushing around, but this Cypher cam here from Xcurate should be able to spot them all.
Monyet, 1 HP. Any damage done, he's out of the round, but you never know. It's Paper-X, man.
Cam cleared. Carpe trying to fish for something there with the Guardian. As Wingman goes rushing forward. That's going to be the mark coming through. Okay, needing to expire. Push into the corner, and something just wide swinging around. Saya player finds the kills. Oh, while the round's still unlikely to go their way as I say that. Oh my god, Xcurate 20 HP. Mind Freak. Full health. Push in and gets him! How do they do this? Against all odds and expectations, they have no firepower coming into the round.
Thrifty.
It's not. It's just almost unfair.
Thrifty doesn't do that justice. We need
No.
to invent a new term.
No one will remember.
There's a rags to riches round.
How does he win the fight? That's what I want to know. He's out in the open with an orb. It's unreal. the upgrade for Mindfreak. And I mean, there's a ton of information given over to T1 too. The cam was checked in B main, so that had to be cleared. They know where they're coming from. They just find ways to get there because they're not afraid.
Damn, I mean, Paper Rex, they're like, yo, buy our capsule, damn it. Look what you can do with this thing. It might just be
This classic built different.
Here.
You too can go for outrageous aggressive orb grabs that should never work and get a kill.
Something now fishing. Man leads the way. Daze has come through. They're looking for the push. They're looking to overwhelm. He's trying to find side player. A little bit too unpredictable there with the movement. Is Monyet now going to be a little bit of a rough spot? And he'll be able to dome him with that Sheriff. The swing out high, splitting his attention between two targets. Ends up falling, but now the Odin has arrived here in heaven. Caught with util in hand. Execute. Wins the brother battle. As Mindfreak makes his presence aware before the neural depth can go off. Plan coming in.
The spike.
Sheriff in hand. Mindfreak again versus Execute. Can he manage to win it out? He's just dancing around. Tries to flush him out in the open. Snake bite coming through, and it's a damn good effort from Execute, but he cannot get the win. Mindfreak can get the defuse, can recover the Odin, and Paper X can get up to 10.
It almost works. I love the tempo change here from T1. The fast short hit, get Saya in deep, cause confusion. A great snake bite for Day Main. To clear out some players, make those Sheriff wallbangs that much more effective to get rid of Devi and Monyet. I told you the Odin was coming.
It was indeed.
He did something a little goofy there where he thought he had time standing out in the open to go for the Prowler, but you know what? Whatever. It's Forsaken. I don't question it. It's his brother. He has to know that maybe his brother's more likely to back off there or something and that he might be able to get away with it.
T1 now. Mountain is getting taller and taller that they need to climb. And you can see Paper X, they still really want to push the tempo here. Paranoia just completely shoves Execute away from this B lobby. The rest of Paper X can now anticipate that this hit is going to happen here on the A side. Monyet very far forward, judge in hand. The Paranoia getting ready to crash in, and it does.
Oh
Prowler
my.
does not check right. He inches up, sees one at range, the vulnerable, helping to take him down. It's going to be Mindfreak and Forsaken collecting the kills. Mindfreak now with 3 in the round. Spike stranded, and Execute with everything to do.
Paper X saw that wall on split that Execute used. I said, we too have cheeky walls that you don't quite expect that you can hide players in. Both Prowlers completely missing. Monyet there.
Leave the spike.
And he's able to do a lot of extra damage, cause some extra confusion to T1. Yeah, he doesn't get any kills, doesn't matter. It made it so unassailable for T1, and Execute has to try to save. He's the only one with any cash to speak of, really, for T1. They're going to try to get rid of it. Devi's going to be good for it. Yeah, no problem.
11 now here, Paper X. And what a just dominant showing here. After the closest on split, the multiple overtimes coming through, with T1's map pick being Ascent, we were expecting this to, maybe continue being that back and forth, if not, a T1 runaway. But right now, this is very much just out of their hands.
Good defense.
Yeah, it is good defense. You're right. One thing I find really intriguing to watch, the way that people just completely disrespect snake bites these days. Like, they just walk right through them, vulnerable be damned. Just send it in, but I mean...
Both are crying somewhere. For all the fun for disrespect.
I mean, at least there was a Yoru played earlier today for Lothar.
True.
We got that going.
True.
He'll probably be co-streaming the next match, right? At the very least. He might be co-streaming this one too, I'm not sure, but...
Could very well be. But, I mean, everything right now is resting on this timeout from T1. It's the second one invested. And, I mean, 6-round deficit to try to claw back on the attacking side. Yeah. Not a good spot.
It's not easy. It's really challenging against this Paper X team. Now you've got a Nightfall to back up this Odin. Make matters worse, Forsaken has an extra piece of utility that he can use to spot you and try to get that Odin spammed down. Mindfreak has his ult over on the B side. They're leaving him all alone. They've got 4 players over on A, 2 in short,
Up and away.
Izzy gonna be sent up and over, trying to buy Prx the ability to again cover these orbs, feed them into yeah, okay, he's okay. It's fine this time.
Stays alive. Something though has not spotted Side player. He's gotten here towards the stairs in mid, completely unnoted, and now I think his presence very much known. Quick headshot, something gets taken down. Spam damage coming out though. Working down to 56. Dash expiring. The rest of the team getting corralled up here in A main.
Here.
And only one kill, Monyet gets his showstopper. So if he gets one in here, this hit could turn really sideways really fast for T1.
Call coming in as that C's connects in towards Wine. Rotation's now starting. Mindfreak gonna be the only one who's really lingering back. Side player gonna be spotted by the Boombot over in tree. Prowler's chasing forward into the smoke as Divide tries to hold backside. Quick headshot comes in. Easy gonna be taken down for Forsaken, dropping off the top of heaven with the Odin in hand. Comes up with 4. And I need to see a replay of it. Because good
Match
God, I think
point.
Forsaken just
Their spirit
outlock
is
you
cracking.
with an Odin here.
Yeah. That C's lineup was from forever away from Forsaken, and this is something that makes Prx really special, is that players like Forsaken and the others spend a lot of time just screwing around in maps. And when I say that, I mean they go in there and they just see what they can get away with lineups. How far can we launch stuff? Where can we launch stuff from? They're so technical. You think about Prx as this fast, explosive team, but they spend a lot of time learning tech, practicing abilities, and how they can interact with the map and with themselves. So stuff like that, it's just incredible the way that they work things. Well, now it is going to be Mindfreak using his Viper's Pit, a little bit different, a little bit further back than we saw from T1 when they invested theirs on the B side, but a camera not going to be able to see much as it's right outside of his. Trap wire just in case there's a lurk being set up from the Viper's Pit itself. But as of right now, Prx happy to absorb a little bit of the early aggression and see if they can punish. And the weaponry is just not the best for T1.
No, I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen Side player with a Bucky in his hand.
Not that I remember.
It's always a rifle or, you know, a Marshall or something like that. Very different looks here. Also has the knife to back it up. Spray coming down. Mark gets something. Again, just eating a little bit of that snake bite, trying to creep up in towards the smoke. Prowler does spot him, though, and Saya player swinging around the backhand side might have a massive opportunity to upgrade his weapon, and he does, but he's not going to go for it. Princess Sight's back. They know that they still need to break this open. They know that there's still going to be players for Prx situated here on A. Showstopper, however, coming through. Sends it up towards heaven. He's not going to be able to find the kill. Execute strikes. Saya player pushing it. Managing to find Divide. Time dwindling. Forsaken swings his way back over and cannot study the aim. Izu will take him down. Mindfreak will hightail it. The series is not over yet.
Well, this is a really nice round for T1. Potentially too little, too late, we'll see, but they're able to slip the net. Saya player sneaks through, knowing that we've been seeing something play that tree position, that short A position quite often. And when they catch sight of him over in mid, they're like, ooh, there's a little bit of an opening that we can potentially utilize. Let's see if they remembered to plug that hole. They didn't, and that really breaks the round open for T1. Monyet just not able to find that showstopper angle either. I think if he kind of could have that one back, he might turn his attention towards the door where the switch is instead of towards heaven, but you know, just a reaction play there. That jet's coming in, the blades are out, you know that's a threat, and you want to try to shut it down.
Well, around 1, and with the economy worked low here for the side of Prx. We'll see what they're going to be able to piece together. Still have a couple of bolts to try to work with, but yeah, I mean, really good. Just getting Saya player into that deep lurk position, completely unscouted, set up with a Prowler to identify something's position. Allows them to really find that opening kill.
Exactly.
But now they need to do that 6 more times to give us overtime again.
Easy, no problem.
Up on top of the box, Monyet spotting.
Got a hit.
Oh, puts him low, and something gets the headshot and range to just go ahead and finish the job. Paranoia is well expended by Izu.
It's just these little plays that they set up that
There.
are so well coordinated, so well executed. Their aim's so good. Monyet gets the first, and something's right there to back him up with the Sheriff. Try to spam it down.
Waiting.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm seeing him. He's more than satisfied just to go ahead and put that shot on the Rossi shoulder. As the Thrash goes on a bit of a scouting mission in towards B main. Nothing spotted, brings it back, recovers it. Have that up as Prx just pulling back, getting ready for the attack to come in here onto A.
A lot of utility to delay.
Where are you?
Prx. On
over the
Forsaken, yeah.
Rossi revealed. Carpe as well. Just no ambiguity about it. Says, yes, I'm here. Here's a Prowler. Please don't chase me. They're going to back away, and that's going to be them now drifting back towards this B site.
That's got the Thrash out again.
30 seconds left.
So that's going to be lost for the rest of this round. T1 here.
But it also tells them everything that they need to know.
Yep.
It's either A main or it's B. And are they actually starting to think that this is going to be A? Doesn't matter. Able to find two before getting taken down. A chance for the Marshall, missing the opening shot. Time dwindling. Spike here in the hands of Izu. Spots one. Can't get the shot in. Spike going to be planted. T1
planted.
with a hope, with a dream. 2v4, but now it's just Izu all on his lonesome. Swings out, the spam coming through the smoke, trying to scout him out. Finds one, but cannot hold the door. Forsaken, he will get the finish. The defuse can come in, and that is going to be Prx shutting down T1 on their map pick of Ascent and moving forward 2-0.
And now Prx find themselves once again making their way to an international event. On to Madrid they will go to represent Pacific. Still some work to be done to see if they can claim a title, their second in a row in VCT Pacific, but certainly looking unbelievably strong on Ascent there, and you can see the heartbreak here for T1. Izu, just such a valiant effort on Split. They gave it everything they had. They made that triple duelist almost not work. It was so close.
Yeah. A loss like that against a comp that so many other teams would stray away from, would say, no, we can't make this work. A loss like that, seemingly having shattered T1, but I mean, you can see what it means to them. It's brutal. But I mean, all things considered, still an incredible beginning to the year here for T1. Making a very significant run back, having an incredible, one of the just most entertaining maps of Valorant that I've gotten to cast.
Yeah.
In that opener there on Split. While the emotions for now, they sting, I hope that in the end they'll be able to hold their heads high and look forward towards stage one, come back even stronger.
I mean, you have to look at this T1 squad and have a lot of hope and a lot of confidence that they are going to bounce back in the next stage. Like, there is a lot of really good things happening on this team, a lot of good things in place, and it is no small task to try to take down Prx, and many have tried, few have succeeded. It is so difficult, and with Monyet on this squad as well, I mean, we know what he's capable of. We saw it on GE, we're seeing it here again with Prx. It's a different style, it's a different flair to Prx this year, Achilleos. We're not seeing sort of that off-the-rail, sort of blast packing in your face, just going crazy, but it still has a similar tone. It still has a similar flavor.
A round of applause for Izu making his way to give the fist bumps. Sportsmanship first,
No
motion
doubt.
second. But for Prx, I mean, again, another grand final, another international event on the horizon. But still, another series to be played through. With some limited time for preparation because they don't know yet who their opponent's going to be.
That's true. Really interested for that next match. DRX versus Gen G. Korean powerhouses going to be squaring off in what I think will be a very, very close series. I think that's going to be an intense battle with some of those rookies coming in. That's an exciting storyline, but it's just hard to think that it'll be any potential different result in some ways than the old RX Classic. It just feels like we're just destined to have another go. But I don't know. I mean, Gen G looks great.
They do. Who knows what's going to happen with that one? That's for a future matchup that'll be coming up later. But for now, we have the entirety of Prx standing by for the winner's interview.
Make waves, T1 versus Prx. The winner of the first ticket for Madrid goes to Prx. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
I mean, it was a fast match today. 3 duelists and then no sentinels. It was crazy to see those comms. So what were you thinking to come up with those compositions and what makes you think it's worth the risk? 저희가 이제 PRX가 우승을 하면서 마드리드로 가는 첫 번째 티켓을 거머쥐게 됐습니다. 근데 여기서 또 물어볼게요. 정말 요원 조합이 특이했습니다. 어떻게 3 타격대 그리고 센티넬 없이 이렇게 맵을 진행하게 됐는데 이런 요원 조합을 어떻게 생각하게 됐고 이게 리스크가 좀 큰 조합일 수도 있는데 어떻게 견뎌냈는지 물어보겠습니다.
I think for the I think we changed like 1 week ago, I think, or maybe 2 weeks ago.
1 week ago you decided?
Yeah, I think all of my teammates just feels like Yoru is a good idea on that map because people run Cypher most of the time, right, on that map. So we use the decoy to break the trip and stuff. So yeah, we're just trying in scrims and it's working. So
brave.
yeah, we just roll with it, you know. So yeah.
Okay. 네, 사실 1, 2주 전에 정해진 요원 조합이라고 하는데요. 요루를 써보면 어떨까라는 아이디어를 팀원에서 냈고 연습을 해낸 결과 정말 이번 게임에서 잘 보여준 것 같다고 말했습니다. Thanks to Bye for the interview. And then let's go to something. Congrats again, something. I want to ask you, when you sense your team's win, what and who popped in your mind right away? Can you tell me about the story? 딱 이기기 전에 어떤 생각이 들었고 혹시 누가 떠오른 사람은 있는지 썸띵 선수에게 물어보겠습니다.
Actually,